With me now is David Barton.
Hey, man.
He is the, I don't even need to, I need to, is a president, founder of Wall Builders, and Paul Michael. He is the owner and instructor at Strictly Defense, which is an arms training school. How are you, sir?
Pleased to meet you.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start here. Which one is, what's the difference between these two guns? Because this is an assault rifle, and this is a .22.
They're both the same caliber. They both can do the same damage.
Right.
One just looks different than the other.
David, how many bullets does this hold?
17.
This holds 17 bullets. This is a high magazine, a high capacity magazine.
Holds 20.
Holds 20. Ooh.
Scary.
I contend that on this table, in fact, pick the jib up, will you, and look at the table from the down. If this table was shown, and I took all the wood stocks, and I took the revolvers here, and anything with a wood stock, off of the table, Bloomberg would say, this came out of one man's safe, and it's the safe of a madman. Mm-hmm. However, and people would agree with him. However, if I put the wood stocks down, and I took away the spooky black shotgun and replaced it with this nice shotgun, people would say, oh, well, he's a hunter.
Right.
What's the difference between this shotgun and this shotgun?
Cosmetics. They're the identical shotgun. They're both Remington 1100s. The only difference is this has got a synthetic stock and just got an extended barrel and an extended magazine tube.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Same gun. It's just
different
why would
cosmetics.
But this is a hunter's. My grandfather had a gun like this. Why do you need to have it spooky black? You obviously intend on taking some house at night.
That's the glare. Hunters don't like the fact that when they go out, if the sun's reflecting or anything else, the glare can be picked up by an animal. So they went with a matte finish.
Okay.
It just works out better.
Okay. So real quick, David, these two guns, I have both of. Oh, I don't have this. I have this gun, and I have a assault shotgun at home. I contend, and so do you, this is more dangerous.
I'll take this over that every time.
Right.
If I'm in a duel,
Explain
I'll
why.
take this over. Because this, I'm accurate with. That, you start pumping and it just sprays everywhere.
This is
I
like
can do more damage with this than most gang members can do with that.
Quite honestly, would be something I would give to my wife and say, if things ever got bad and you were freaking out in the middle of the night, because she'd freak out and she's not going to put it up to her shoulder.
That's
she's
right.
not necessarily.
That's
just pump and shoot, and get out of the house,
yeah,
right?
Right. Make noise, and actually the pump sound is what scares a robber more than.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go through some of these. Clip and magazine. Let's just hit the really important ones. Clip and magazine. Go over what the difference is on all this.
It's really basic. In the military, we learned that the easiest way to understand something is if it has a spring in it, it's a magazine. If it was like this here is what we call a speed clip. It's actually used for the AR-15. We could actually rapid load just by pushing down on this clip. But the way I remember it the most was my instructor told me that a clip loads a magazine loads the firearm.
Got it. Okay.
So it's real simple to use.
All right. Now, revolver and semi-automatic. And I think this is really key because people who aren't around guns anymore, they'll say, this is a semi-automatic. And these are very dangerous guns because they're semi-automatic, which makes you think that it's like a machine gun.
Right.
Explain the difference between these two guns.
All right. Well, this one here is a Ruger New Blackhawk. It's actually a revolver. It's mechanical. What happens here is when you cock the hammer, it actually rotates the cylinder so that you can actually fire the pistol. The semi-automatic, the difference comes in is how, thank you, the gas pressure from the cartridge actually propels the bullet down the barrel. The gas extracts the spent casing and then goes ahead and reloads the firing mechanism and then sets it to fire again. So it's done semi-automatically using the gas pressure from your cartridge.
So here's what I think the real difference is. If you watch me, may I just maybe just blank fire this?
Sure.
The difference is, to me, that nobody understands. When I fire this, I have to, you have to pull this back. You hear the clicks? You have to pull this all the way back to be able to fire it. Boom. You have to do that. But David, you can, as we'll see later on the show, you can do that really quickly. The only difference is that this does it for you. Once you shoot, it cocks the hammer. So the only difference between these two, really, for the people in the press, is Semi-automatic means it does this for you. That's it.
And we're going to see there's people who can shoot that a lot faster than most people can shoot that semi-automatic.
Okay. Do we have time? We got to wrap up? Okay, we'll come back in just a second. All right. Let's go back to bullet versus cartridge. What's the difference?
Well, it's real simple. What you have here is you have 4 components that actually make up a cartridge. You have the casing, you have the bullet, you have a primer, and you have powder, well, what we call propellant. Without those 4, you have nothing. What it is most people will come in and ask for the bullet, and that's what this piece is. So once you put your primer, which is your ignition, which actually sparks, burns the powder, builds gas, propels the bullet down the barrel, that action in itself causes a semi-automatic to extract the empty casing, which is this, recycles the action, loads the next cartridge, and sets the gun to refire.
Okay, so if I went into a store and like, give me a bunch of bullets, if you were going to be accurate, you'd hand me a bunch of these, which are absolutely worthless. This is just what goes into the body of the deer or the body of the human.
That's it.
Right? Okay. Now, this is, I think, so important. The difference between an assault rifle and a rifle.
Well, during the Brady bill, when it first came out, they looked at the AR-15s, and they said they had to have 3 of the 5 components. And what they were talking about is you had to have telescoping stock, pistol grip.
Okay, why the telescoping? Why is that so? My wife will shoot mine. She wants it in a little closer. I want it a little farther. What is the problem with that?
To me, there isn't one because length of pull is actually very comfortable to a shooter.
Right.
Having the right length of pull is nice.
Okay.
But that was one of the reasons. They had a pistol grip, a high-capacity magazine. You also had to have a bayonet lug and a flash hider. You had to have 3 of those 5s, and they considered it an assault rifle.
Okay. Give me the reason.
Same caliber as all these
Same
other
caliber of the other ones.
Right.
I mean, it's just...
Give me the reason why you would have the. I can tell you this, because I like it. I like it longer than my wife does. Tell me the reason why a hunter would want a pistol grip, would want the flash suppressor.
Well, the flash hider just keeps the muzzle flash down a little bit. The pistol grip actually offers more control to the shooter because it's almost like shooting a handgun, and it actually allows them to get it up in the shoulder and hold it into place.
Okay.
So the recoil is less. If you let that gap out here, and when it recoils, it really jerks. But this keeps it into the shoulder very well.
Okay. And really, quite honestly, the difference would take camera 2 here. The difference between an assault rifle and an assault gun, an assault weapon, and just a gun is really this. This is the Hello Kitty. This is the assault bubble weapon. The only difference is the sticker and the paint. That's pretty much it.